Good morning, traders. It's Barry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 10 minutes till 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, April 15th. So, before we get into it, let's just talk about scheduled events. There is really nothing left today, right? We had some news at 8:30, nothing until API at 4:30. Uh, and then the main events for the week, right? We have retail sales tomorrow morning, followed by a VIX expiration, and then we have Jerome Powell on the mic at 1:30 Wednesday afternoon. Uh, OPEX Friday, or OPEX is Thursday because the market is closed on Friday. And then just to throw in something, for fun, we're going to have Netflix after the bell uh, on Thursday's session, right before the session closes. So that's what's on deck. So really nothing scheduled for today, but we know it's the unscheduled events that really give us the fun. So we actually got four index profiles for yesterday. Woohoo! Um, so we had less than 5,000 ticks trade between the four indexes. So then looking at, there is really nothing to note structurally from yesterday. I mean, we could have marked a little bit of uh, access in some of them, but it wasn't significant compared to the range. Ranges were a little tight yesterday compared to what we've had. So looking at positioning real quick, the cash market closed at 54.06 basically yesterday. We're down 12 points from the settlement. So we would be opening just a little bit under 5,400 right now. You can see for the week that 5,500 has the most amount of gamma at this point in time that's near our trading range. Um, and then there's really not a lot to hang your hat on either way. So for the week, you've got basically 15,000 contracts that are calls up on this 5,500, and you got basically a little over 6,000, 6,200 expiring today. Looking at the SPY in the same manner, the SPY closed yesterday at 539. We're trading 537.70 right now, so just under this 540. So you can see that that is a gamma. So you want to, that's resistance. That's a support resistance line, and then there's a little bit at 545 for the week and then up to 550 for today. Um, really your big markers are 550 and 530. Um, if we don't hold under this, uh, hold above the 540, we could retrace down to the 535 because there was some, a little bit for the week there, and then 530 would be your floor unless things are just really imploding and the VIX is just skyrocketing. Remember, the VIX expires tomorrow. So there's still a likelihood, and that's why I think we had the decreased volatility yesterday. There's still a likelihood that on any pullback, the uh, the VIX is just faded. So every time the VIX rises today, and keep Jack's day frame indicator on that, we're currently trading the lower mid as I speak right now on the VIX, uh, and then we'll see if that holds. But um, so basically, you got your bands, the midpoint to the lower mid to the midpoint, and Jack can explain it better than I do. And then from the you'd have to get above the real midpoint to have some conviction that the market's going lower. Uh, Otherwise, probably lose this lower mid and maybe even make some fresh lows today, potentially. So that's what you need to see at this 540. As we're getting up here, you want to kind of watch that VIX and see, which way it's rolling. Uh, there's still 35 minutes before the bell opens. We could end up popping up above this fairly easily, and then that could be support today as a potential scenario. So that is your near-term read. I think that's fairly easy. That 540 on the SPY for do you want to lean a little bit shorter? Do you want to lean a little bit long on the ES? And of course, that affects the NQ and the NASDAQ as well. So we had the Qs close at 457.5 yesterday. We're currently trading 457.10. So, slight, the NQ is only down 10 points at this point in time. So, if we look at this 457, you can see there's not a lot. There's just so much gamma up at this 500 for today, and that is not on the table whatsoever. I don't think. Uh, but it kind of dwarfs, what else is going on today. So 470, uh, which, there is potential, to be honest with you. That would be about 800 NQ handles higher than we're trading right now. Uh, so on some serious strength and the VIX falling, that would be your limit up today. I wouldn't try to push anything past 470. And then you can see for the week, you've got to get 460 and 465 are your markers, and you got a little bit sitting in between the 460 and the 465, and then kind of peters out. So as we look at just really, you know, what's been done. And again, yesterday's point of control for the ES is 54.65. We're, getting up near, where there should be visible resistance, right? Everyone and their brother can see this chart. 55.25 basically up to 56. Let's just call it 56.25. Those are your markers there. Um, and then looking at uh, the one time frame, we're still one timing up in balance, right? There is a, where we fell, broke down from before. I'm going to watch this. These are the dash lines. I shared this chart the other day, 19,372 half. But the top of balance right now is actually just about 20 points under 20,000. And then for the ES, it's very similar. Where we broke down was 55.60, but the top of balance is 57.62 basically. And until we, trade below a previous day's low, that's what's going on there. Uh, Not a lot to, really dive into. Overnight action, 51 points for the ES. And if you look, we're, just traipsing around. We've traded value area low to the low zone on all of them in the overnight session. We've traded to the high side as well on the Russell and the Dow. And the NASDAQ and the ES have stayed under the point of control as the overnight high. So, again, that point of control is 54.65. That's going to be one of your markers that you can use for today if you're above or below after the initial bounce, and 19,050 for the NQ. I hope this helps. Hope this finds you well. And remember, there's still serious potential for any pullback to be bought today, because what's going to happen is anytime that the VIX rises today, there's a chance that we're going to have sellers at an institutional level, because it's going off the books tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and they can't trade the options on those VIX futures after the closing bell today. Right? It's kind of a goofy mark the way that they do it, but you can't trade it after the closing bell today. But they don't settle till 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So who do you think wins on that bet? I think it's the dealers. But anyways, you have a great day. We'll see what Jack's looking at, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.